Hi everybody, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I'm going to make some homemade Butterfingers. You know, the Butterfinger candy bars. They used to be my favorite. Everybody in my house likes them, but it's like they changed the recipe and they're not good anymore. So anyway, I'm going to try this. All we need is candy corn, peanut butter, and a chocolate coating. So it's New Year's Day. Excuse the football game in the background. The men's watching that. So it's kind of hard to find candy corn, but I found it at Publix in their candy. And so I'm using creamy peanut butter. Now go ahead and have everything ready. I have your pan lined up. You can use a square pan. I'm just using this little cookie sheet that I've lined with parchment paper because this will be sticky. And this will go pretty quick. As soon as we get our candy corn melted, the peanut butter, when we put it in there, it's really going to start setting up. So in a microwave safe bowl, put 1 cup of your candy corn in there, and we're going to microwave that for a minute, and then we're going to give it a stir. If it still needs to go again, we're going to go 30 seconds, stir it. By then it should be melted, but if not, then we can go maybe about 15 seconds and stuff, just until it's melted. So I'll bring you back when that gets there. I also have your 1 cup of peanut butter ready. And like I say, your pan that you're going to put it in ready. So I'll bring you back. Okay, mine took 1 minute and 15 seconds. But see, it's starting to like set up already. So we need to get our peanut butter in there. And then if this gets difficult to mix, put it in the microwave again for a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to put mine in there for just about 15 seconds. And this is why you want to have your pan ready that you're going to pour it in, because it gets very difficult to stir. Now I know my pan's too big for this amount of stuff, but I kind of wanted thin little bars. So I'm going to try to keep it just on this end. Okay, and now we're going to put this in the refrigerator until it sets. Or you can set it in the freezer for a few minutes. Now on this bowl right here, I would just soak this in some water for a while. And then that should wash up easy. But I'll bring you back once this sets up. With our chocolate, you're going to need about 1.5 cups of chocolate to dip all of this in. So I'll have that ready when these get ready. Okay, I've just took mine out of the freezer. And with this pan, I can just lift this out because it's on parchment paper. And then with this same pan, I'm going to put some more parchment paper for when I dip it in chocolate, I can put it on here. Now, you can use a wire rack for that, but I'm just not about dirtying up all that extra. So anyway, now I'm going to cut it, and you can cut it any size that you like. Does anybody remember when they came out with the Butterfinger cups? It was like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but it was Butterfinger. Those was so good, but we can't find them no more. But it seems like when they do make something good and that you like, you can't find it no more. So I'm going to cut mine kind of thin. I know I like mini stuff, so these will probably be pretty mini. I've got my chocolate melted. That's not perfect, but it's just us. Right, let me get this pan lined with some parchment plate paper and bring out my melted chocolate, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm going to try to get you where you can see all three. Now, I know I've showed you this trick before, but I take a plastic fork, and I just remove the 2 middle tines from it, and I have me a dipping fork. So that's pretty cool. Just drop it down in there. Swirl it in the chocolate. And like that. So let me get all these dipped, and then I'll bring you back. And I want to add that I did let my chocolate cool off too, where it's just not piping hot for me to dip these in. So I just melted it and just left it sitting in the microwave till I was ready to use it. And you can use any chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever you and your family like. The consistency that the Butterfingers now have, the candy part, is kind of like of a fudge to me. Okay, I'm finished dipping, and mine's almost set up, but and that's fine. So we're going to make a little chocolate swirl on top. I just got me another plastic fork, and I was using this to help me get them off when I was dipping them. So I got it. Let's see, I'm going to take and just dip the tips of it in there, get it flowing, and then just kind of make a little chocolate drizzle on top. Alright, let me get this done. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator for a little bit, let it set up, and then I'll bring you back where me, my husband, and son's going to try it because we all love Butterfingers. Okay, our homemade Butterfingers are ready, so me, Ricky, and Alex is going to try it. Get you one over there. It's pretty good, ain't it?
Yep. Pretty good.
It has the taste of a Butterfinger.
Definitely does.
But the crunchiness is kind of not there, but it still tastes like a Butterfinger. This kind of reminds me of the Butterfinger cups that they made.
Yep.
So these will keep, store these in an airtight container, and they should keep up to 5 days at room temperature. Again, this was very easy to make. I had even got me a recipe to make some homemade candy corn if I couldn't find the store-bought candy corn. If you'd like to see me try that recipe, I will. But again, this reminds me of the Butterfinger cups. But it's really good. It's got the taste of a Butterfinger. It really does. So if you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up. Comment, because I love to hear from you. And until my next recipe, I hope you enjoy. And here's my son's review, because he made a face.
I got a good taste. Texture was a little jarring, though.
Yeah, I said the texture, it's not crunchy, but it does. Did you say it has a good taste? Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Bye, y'all.